Shut up.
We want to welcome you to the Beauty School Virginia Style Recap. It was an amazing weekend, and I am basically going to do this in a really informal way. I see 7 girls on here right now that attended beauty school. So what we're going to do, and it's okay with you guys, because this is Motivation Monday, we're going to have a little fun, where we're going to try to keep it so that we're basically like a popcorn style class where every person's not going to talk for longer than 5 minutes. And we're just going to share with you the biggest takeaways that could apply to you, not just as a member, but as a business builder, where you're like, I learned this and here's why you should go. It's also yellow floaty around stuff season in Virginia, if you can tell from me. I apologize for that. Just got back from coaching kids running and I sound amazing. So LLP plus Copaiba. Oh, that's true for all of us. Also, I want you to comment in the comments, what Savvy Minerals makeup do you have on right now? Do you have any on, Christine?
I do. I use my foundation and my bronzer and I use it all.
Me too.
I know. Well, we can't talk about it if I don't use it, right?
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to allow my mouth to close and everyone else to share. And I am so excited. So Crystal's going to kick us off. She is going to tell us kind of how it was, as in like the look, feel, all of that. And then I want her to share with us like the number one, tangible item we got there, which is a big one. So she's going to show us all those things. And also she loves doing this, but she did win the ticket that I actually had the privilege of giving away. And it was completely on purpose and for a purpose, because she was there, learned so much, and is really going to grow her as an oily sharer. Tell us all about it, Crystal.
All right. So I see some fun faces on here. I see April and Casey, and it was just awesome. Hey. It was so cool to be there and just to be in the presence of the community that we have here locally, and then just as a whole, to have beauty school come to Virginia Beach. That was a super cool opportunity and experience. We had so many amazing speakers, and one of the really cool things is that when we go to these, yes, we learn like oily stuff and we learn about face care and makeup, but gosh, the personal growth that also comes out of it is super cool. So we got really cool beauty with all the goodies. We'll go through some of that. I'll talk about maybe my favorite thing. But gosh, some of the speakers. Yes.
Hey, real quick, Ashley.
Yes.
I can't hear y'all very well. Can you mute everyone? Like nobody's talking, but like you're not as loud as you were a second ago.
I'm not loud. So Deborah talked about some nutrition stuff, and that was very informative, just talking about our food and just how much what we put in our bodies matters. And then the makeup, the things that are in our makeup now and what we put on our skin and how much that matters. And gosh, Luba was super awesome and talked a lot just about the industry and all about the products that we got to learn about. And then we got to see some demonstrations, and that was super awesome, because makeup, like it's not my thing, but that was one of the reasons I wanted to go. I wanted to learn, the makeup line with Savvy Minerals was kind of intimidating for me.
Yeah.
So I've done the oils for a little while, and I've kind of gotten into the supplements, and I've gotten into a lot of the other areas, but the makeup one was just super new, and I didn't really know where to start. And so this was very good for me, because it gave me, it kind of broke it down. So it was in a way where I could understand, and then gave me a good starting point. And then I know where to go from here. And then it was helpful with knowing how to help others with that.
Yeah.
So that was super cool. And then it talked about skincare, and it talked about, even before that, our gut. So how our gut affects our skin, and then how our skincare, and then makeup. So that was really good too.
Yeah. What about how do we sit? Like, how did that work out?
Oh, like we had 2 tables, and I know it was more than that.
Yeah.
We mingled around, but it was super cool how our team, got at least those 2 tables that I know of. And I know it was super cool, because sometimes we see faces or see, Facebook names, but to put faces with names and then to get to sit together as a community, that was really awesome, because I know that I haven't really gotten a huge opportunity to do that, with a lot of you.
Yeah. I love the round tables. Like, I liked that and not conference style. It was kind of neat to do it.
Yes.
Um,
And Ashley, I mean, she had a seat at the speaker table. She chose to sit with us. And that was super cool. And she got to go on stage and just brought life. Like, I know that, you guys, we get to see her, a lot. And, but gosh, just up on that stage, just the grace and poise that she brought and how she spoke life about relationships and how that applies to all of us, inside Young Living and out. I mean, I know that we're super proud of you.
Thank you. Oh, geez. And then with that, one thing I think is neat is, I know Crystal's going to show us the beauty box, but I love being able to watch other people do things their way. Maybe that sounds weird, but I was like, oh, like, look at what she's doing. Like, that's, I guess, how I blow the seafoam. It was just, that was a neat thing that definitely was an intimate moment.
Yes, they had, like, we took all of our makeup off. Like, we got ready for the day and then sat down at the table, took all of our makeup off, and then got to try all the different things, like did the scrub and got to use the moisturizer and, the serum and some things that I know I hadn't tried before. And so it's like, oh, how does this feel on my face? And I know some of the things I learned, even like toner, like I know I should use it. I don't use it all the time. And so we got to they did some of the facial photos, and I don't know if now's the time to talk about that.
Let's just talk about that. Like, have a moment.
I have
there.
one somewhere.
Like, that is awful.
I mean, I don't know where mine is. I wasn't as proud to show it. I don't know.
Sun damage. Can we just talk about it? She was like, do you work outside? I was like, I do run outside a million gazillion hours a week. She was like, maybe right here, maybe this is vascular damage from the wind burn that you get every day. I was like, yeah, let's say it's that. Anyway.
So they talked about like sun damage and the vascular side of it, and then things that we can do, like products we can use to improve that. That's so scary. So I was worried about sun damage. I mean, I'm not great at sunscreen. I want to be, and I'm going to be out now. They said the sun damage wasn't too bad. Some of the vascular stuff, like, which they say it could be seasonal, it could be like cold kind of stuff, but like the toner is something I can use to help with that, because like redness in my face is something that like I struggle with. So that was cool and helpful too, to be able to see some of that. Kind of scary.
And it kind of taught us how to do that for other people. So they gave us a resource. Do you want to maybe show them the book? Or do you have it in there?
I do have a book.
We don't have to go through the whole thing, because I know we're trying to be quick here, but there's a book they gave us with all the resources on how to really teach a class yourself and how to analyze someone's skin, and then how to give them basically like, here's what I would do if for oily skin, here's what I would do, and we have the slide presentation for that, and this cool little beauty book. I don't know how much I'll use this beauty book because I have one, right? But it has like some little sample invitations, all different ways that you can really share this with other people. So I thought this was a pretty cool resource. It's beautiful. Then it has just some like example things throughout. Like right here is a cute little invitation, or no, a thank you. There's more things. There's things everywhere. Yeah, like an invitation to a beauty school class at your home, an example of what that would look like, a skin profile, an example of what that would look like, and how they would take it home. So Hannah, you can't buy any of this stuff. It's absolutely just for beauty school. So guys, you need to get your butts there. That's the whole point of this. Like, I had no idea why I didn't promote this as much, because I had never gone myself. And now I'm like, it literally is something that is so similar in the immersive education experience as convention, but it's a totally different scale. You need both, right? But this is the closest I can imagine of getting an immersive overnight, that kind of feel of like, let's get together, girls. Like, traveling for this, I would absolutely recommend it. If it's driving distance, like 12 hours, 14 hours, even if it's that far, planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm just saying planes tend to be the most expensive. So that's up to you and your family, but I definitely would get your butt there to a beauty school, make it a priority, and get your team there too, because of the experience being exclusive to beauty school. Show us the goods.
And they also did color matching. So that's one of the things I wanted, was because I didn't quite know, I was like, do I buy one and see if it matches? So it's cool to be able to do the color matching, and then I bought my foundation. So I did, now I use it. Okay. So start here. Oh.
Go ahead. Just show them things. It's perfect.
Okay. All right. I don't even know where to start. Let's see.
Let me get ready, guys.
The Wolf Berry Eye Cream.
That's a full size. They gave it to you right there. Super attractive. This is so attractive. I'm going to wear it every day.
I know, I'm so excited about all this.
Show them the other eye cream, maybe.
Which one? This one?
Yep, and look.
This was super.
And that's Beauty School exclusive.
Yes.
And we can buy an unlimited amount, which somebody in here might be doing a giveaway with them, so I won't disclose the amount of money they cost or what's in them. They're top secret.
Amazing. The Art Renewal serums.
Which y'all know is like $80. So that was free.
The misting spray. They used this a lot every time, like on the brushes and then applying it to the face. So I was excited about that.
Lots of demos of Savvy Minerals, which I thought was really cool. Like I saw them do 4 different demos, 2 on the main stage and 2 in workshops, which was really neat.
Yeah. The Art Intensive Moisturizer. Got a couple. The cream mask, the Art Cream Mask. We saw a couple different masks. They had the face, like Jason mask.
Jason mask. Mm-hmm.
That. They have the chocolate mask.
That's Beauty School exclusive too. You have to go there to buy it.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. The toner, which I know is something that now I have started to incorporate. I needed that.
And in 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to do a class that's more so for our members, for us to share all these products that we tried.
The Anna Lam lipstick,
yep.
Which I love that color. And then I bought my foundation. They gave us the Crowned All Over bronzer, and then they showed us how to apply it. I feel like I was applying it wrong. I feel like I kind of used to put it on my cheeks, but they said that it should go
keep on.
Depending on your forehead sides, either across the forehead or kind of here, and then the shadows like underneath your cheekbones, but not all the way in, kind of where your eyebrows.
Just the lighter
it
color.
Should stop. And then they said like an L, like on your neck, if you want to apply it there. So I don't know. And then this is an eyeshadow. This one's Residual.
That's going to be like a neutral shimmer. Do y'all like how what I'm doing for y'all? So I want y'all to see what happens when you use it as a highlighter. That's good. Okay. It's attractive, friends.
I went to one of the extra workshops and they gave us some samples. So they gave us All Struck, which is a blush. And
she's a smartie.
Then Summer, which was a bronzer. So it's a light one. Those. And then I got my foundation, so I could use that. Amazing. Let's talk all about Amorescent. I think that's my favorite. Like I think that I gotta.
This blend from Beauty School, it is like liquid. And I'm totally doing this with the makeup because y'all understand how fun it is. Like you legit are gonna teach a class at your house and people are like, look at my makeup, and you're like, that's not how you use that. So tell me one word to describe it.
You can use it just straight for perfume. Like that, I mean, I think perfume and I think like flowers.
Yep, it has vetiver, Idaho blue spruce, come on somebody, jasmine, ocotea, and ylang ylang. Yes. So all oils that basically are rare, out of stock usually, and hard to get.
So you can put it on just like a perfume.
And no one else can buy this. It's no PV, only at Beauty School. Are you getting, I did get an arrow tattoo a feather tattoo while I was there. It was a temporary tattoo, y'all, and I wanted it to be permanent. So when I went to speak the next day, it actually had come off because I apply oils here. So I had to scrub it off, and I used the oil of joy. 2 drops of it wiped the tattoo off. So if you're using temporary tattoos, there's a good tip for you. It'll get it right off. Anything else? I mean, that was a lot. Show them the case, Crystal. It's amazing. You want to see this case? At the flare. Are you ready? Look at that, y'all. It is beautiful. You get this. It has a place for makeup up there, more makeup storage or skincare, whatever you want to put in here. It's a little flower, and we get to choose our own amazing print. So, Crystal, what was your number 1 takeaway from Beauty School?
Oh.
She wasn't prepared for this interview style of what's happening right here, so I apologize. You want to wrap up with that? You can think about it. She's going to wrap up with her number 1 takeaway. So now y'all just look at my crazy face for 1 second. And I'm actually handing it off in random order according to whose picture I see first. And I think this lady knows that I see her first because she is in the speaker mode for some reason.
She doesn't.
Madeline.
I don't think she knows.
She's like, oh, I am. Yes.
I was like, she doesn't look like she knows.
So if you'll unmute yourself, and we're going to hear again from everybody on here what not necessarily their favorite thing was, but what was something that impacted them the most and what they learned.
Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on speaker mode, so I'm glad you said something. Okay, so one of my favorite parts that we talked about was the aging with beauty and just really the overall definition of beauty. I feel like sometimes that's easy to forget, and it was really something that was one of my top picks that really reminisced like for me. So basically they gave us some awesome PowerPoints, guys. Just want to tell you the PowerPoints were awesome, great bullet points. But basically the definition of beauty that they gave to us I thought was really wonderful, and I wanted to just share that with you. It says beauty is a combination of inner beauty such as personality, grace, charm, kindness, and intelligence. And one of the best quotes that I heard was, a confident woman is the most beautiful. And it really just overall covers just from every stage of our life, just feeling confident and knowing that we are beautiful. It's interesting for me, like when I look at someone who I think is beautiful, and I'm like, I want to be with them, I want to know them better, I'm so cool, I have this beautiful friend, everyone's going to be friends with me. And it was interesting, the speaker said the same thing, but not what is beautiful on the outside is necessarily going to be beautiful on the inside. And it is so true, and they said this while we were there at the conference, that what is on the inside is going to radiate on the outside. So even someone who is the most beautiful, that we say with like a beautiful shell, if they have a bad attitude, an unkind spirit, just squishing people over and over, I mean, that makes us not beautiful. And so really looking on what we have going on in our heart, on the inside, how we're treating others, making people feel valued, that we care about them, and just loving on people, that is what's going to make us beautiful. And I feel like that was just a wonderful reminder of not getting sucked into what we feel is beautiful, but really just what's important and what identifies us as beautiful. So that was one of my awesome takeaways from this weekend. Also, aging is beautiful, and that was awesome because I did put a post on my grandmother. I did makeup on her, and she was just so fine. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, my wrinkles!" Oh. I was like, "Lala, that's my grandmother's name." I just looked at her and I said, "You are the most beautiful. You love on us. Your joy, your spirit. Everyone wants to be with you because your radiance, your heart is just overflowing. That you are. You're just the most beautiful person." And so. So just, it was interesting with just aging with confidence in every season of our life. I feel like what makes us feel beautiful is going to change, but having confidence in ourselves, that's something that we can always have. So I just wanted to share that with you because that was something that really meant a lot to me, and I just thought that was nice. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's such a good reminder of that moment, really, where I remember us just kind of all pausing and really taking in that conversation, or I would say that time when we got to hear from someone that is in charge of, topical things that we use to make us beautiful externally and how we can look at it differently. So I would love it if, this is funny, I literally am just going in the order in which people are appearing on my screen. So Miss Casey, you are next. Casey had her 18th birthday on Saturday. She's going to get mad at me for 18th.
Did you say 18th?
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Happy 18th birthday.
Yeah.
No. I turned 25, okay?
I was kidding. She's not that young. I'm just laughing.
I have a child.
Well, I was going to say,
okay.
you could be 18 and have a child, but that's not true for you either.
No, it's not.
So it was
Anyways,
on Saturday, and she's gonna tell us her biggest takeaway, but I just thought y'all would want to give her some birthday love.
You're sweet. Okay, yeah. Well, first off, I wanted to show you guys what I did with my Amorescence. They had these like little atomizers that they were selling, and so I put a few drops in it and filled it with water. Because for me, like perfume still needs to be sprayed on, even though I love my rollers. So, that was really nice. We had made some at Ashley's house a while back, and so I got one of these to kind of. So I'm like covered in it right now. I feel very perfumed. So yeah, this was my first time being there, and it was really, really cool. Just to be around so many people. Like Georgia, I finally got to meet you in person. Madeline finally got to meet you in person, and then everybody else from this team who I don't get to see very often. And that sense of community was so fun. Getting to hang out was really awesome. And one of my favorite parts, I think, was the first day we talked a lot about the products. It was super informative, and I walked away feeling very equipped to serve my own body, but then also serve the people around me. But the second day, Ashley spoke, Angela spoke, and a couple of other leaders in Young Living spoke, and they had some really great ideas. I love the strategy stuff. I love the notes, the one-liners, like anything I can jot down in my notebook, I'm all about it. So one of the girls, gosh, I can't remember who was it, Dory? Okay, she talked about something she did with her team called Make a Change Challenge. And the reason I liked it is, okay, so what you do is she challenged the people around her to, people on her team to try a new product in their ER every month for 3 months in a row. It had to be non-oils, and they had to like review the product or share their experience. I don't think she specified how they had to share the experience. They just had to share it with somebody in their own team, somebody in the Facebook group or whatever. And then at the end of the 3 months, she like kind of rewarded them. So this is something that I had personally challenged myself to do when I started ER. One, because I wanted all the things. And two, because I wanted to do this as a business. And if you do this as a business, you have to be educated about the products. You have to know things about them. You have to have stories and testimonies, all that. But it was cool because I had never thought, why not do it with a group of people? Even if I'm just doing it with my mom who's on ER, or doing it with my best friend who's also on ER, or making it like a team challenge and incentivizing it and making it all hype. Regardless, it is so much more fun to do things with a group of people, to do things as a team and as a community, because you learn so much. I mean, I was just, for example, sitting at the table with some of y'all on Saturday. Every time I smelled an oil on somebody that day, I like wrote it down in my notes. Like there was one girl, y'all, I passed her in the hall and she like reeked distress away. Like it smelled like she had poured the whole bottle on her head. And like at one point, there was like a whole table that smelled like Valor, like where they were just passing a bottle around. But Angela was at her table and she was passing around Believe, and she goes, y'all just put this on. Like she just passed around her own bottle. And so I have Believe in my diffuser tonight, and it's one of those oils. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't used that oil in a while. Like even if that's the least that comes of it, of like, oh yeah, I have that oil and I'm not using it, or whatever. You're learning new ways to use it or new places to put it on your body. And I love that she specifically made it non-oils, even because we do have a ton of skincare. Like that renewal serum that they gave us for free, never would I ever have ordered it, but I will never be without it until the day I die, because that stuff, I've been using it 3 days straight, twice a day, and I can already feel a difference in my skin. And I'm like, how did I live without this? But that's not something I ever would have known about if I had not been engaged in the community, willing to learn from the people around me. And yeah, I just love that. And as a business perk, it really normalizes ER, helps encourage people to jump on ER and see that you're using it and that you're benefiting from it, because we get free stuff all the time, ER points and all that jazz. So I just really like that idea. And I love that sometimes I feel like I'm just my own person doing my own thing, but no man is an island. Like everything we're doing, we're meant to be in community. We're meant to be doing this together, and it's so much better when we're doing this together. So I love that. I have no idea how long that was, but yeah, that was, I think, one of my favorite takeaways. So
That was great. That was great. And Casey's officially in charge of organizing some instructions on how the challenge is.
I didn't say I was green.
No. You just write a couple lines, remind us of the hashtag, and everybody launches at the same time in their own groups. I mean, I think that's how I operate. That's right. I'm not green either, so that's enough for me. Crystal's like, yeah, you're not green at all. I'm like, yeah, it's perfect. All right, let's kick it off to Georgia. I'm literally just going down the line. So there we go, friend.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Yeah. Okay. So my favorite takeaway, well, first off, I was really happy to like meet everybody that I see online, and I had met a few people at convention, but that I, like reintroduced myself to. And then there were people that, like Casey, I always see her name on Dream Team, and I met Madeline, and we're super close now, like new besties. And so it was really cool to like meet new people, get everybody's takes on things. And then one of my favorite takeaways was when we did all sit down in a circle and take all of our makeup off and just get really real with everybody. And normally, like most of us probably don't walk out of the house without makeup, or at least some of us. And so it's really nice to just all break it down, get down to the bare skin, do this as like a big sisterhood slumber party bonding experience, and wash our faces, tone it, moisturize it, learn all the steps. And so that was really a cool experience that I thought we had as part of the beauty box. And then my other favorite thing was on the second day when we did have all the talks from the different leaders. And there seemed to be like a common a theme to the day, and to me it seemed like keep the positive vibe going. Good, like one woman talked about, I forget her name, but she talked about positive words and affirmations. And sometimes, but other leaders talked about how they, would hit their rank, struggle and lose their rank, yo-yo up and down a little bit, and then maintain. I know Angela hit on that as well. And so it really, mindset seems to be a common thing. And it kind of changed how I'm thinking about my business. And so that I really took that home, because sometimes I struggle with the fact that I'm not quite where I want to be yet. Like I've wanted to be silver for a while now. And, but now I know that it's my mindset. I need to focus on a positive mindset, set my goals, and put the work in to get there. And so I'm not going to give up. I'm going to hit it really soon. And so that was a huge takeaway for me. Multiple people talked about keeping a positive mindset, using positive words and affirmations. And then, of course, I actually hit on being a river and not a reservoir, and how that really hit home with me. So, don't hold all your knowledge into yourself. Like a reservoir, you need to flow and share things with others. Let other people flow into you so that you're gaining knowledge, you're giving knowledge. It's just a good exchange of information and support. So that's probably another big takeaway for me.
Thank you. I am like loving this. I feel like I'm reliving all this stuff. I'm like, oh, that did happen. That did. All right, we're going to kick off next. I actually have April. It'll be April, Dorothy, and finishing up with our rock star from the stage, Angela. Yay.
Cool. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm sorry it's so dark. I'm in my construction room. I've turned on all the lights to try to make me brighter, but I'm not bright. But what I wanted to share is it's from Deanne, who is the Words Matter woman. She was really amazing and engaging. She had the 5-prong approach, and the first prong was engage with your authentic voice. So who you are naturally, engage people with what you have, equip offer regular opportunities for people to sniff oils and share stories. And Crystal and I are going to co-host together soon let's get together and hang out and share stories and figure out what people want and what they're looking for and what they need, naturally and organically. And I'm really excited about that. And educate. Offer regular continuing education, whether it's on the Thieves Cleaning Line or Lucy Libido or Mommy and Baby or the Ditch and Switch or Beauty Sap, whatever it is. There's so many different lines that we can educate on, which is amazing. And you can have themed events. And then encourage, be a cheerleader, a coach, a counselor. And each of these bullets that she hit were just so incredibly empowering. I thought it was amazing. And also to establish and maintain the tone and the culture of your team and the fellowship, which is what this is about. Besides the amazing products, the fellowship is incredible to me. And that's why I love being a part of it, besides the amazing products and how my skin felt after I did the facial and everything, the Jason mask. I didn't wash my face that night. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to wash my face. I don't want to wash away the Jason mask feeling because it just felt so good. So that's what I have to share. And I'm really looking forward to our event, Crystal. Can't wait.
Man, I just love seeing how big you're smiling talking about it. It's awesome.
Hooray!
Thank you, April. All right, Dorothy, go ahead and let us know about your biggest takeaway.
Okay. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I think Dory Doyle was one of my favorite speakers, and she had her 4 points that she went over, and the first one was just go for it and just do something. You know, it doesn't matter if you're doing it right or wrong, just do it. And take advantage of all your opportunities that you have. Every time something confronts you, just step forward and, well, just do something. And she talked about how she went around and she asked people, she stuck her phone in their face and said, tell me about your favorite product. And she said she just needed testimonies. And I know I kind of set up a thing on my Facebook page for people to tell me 3 products that they were using. And I got a whole bunch of people that responded to that, which was kind of neat because I said, you can't tell me about an oil. You have to tell me about the consumables. And it was neat. They really have stepped up and told me a bunch of stuff. The second thing that she talked about was being consistent. Whatever you do it every single day. And this is where the 90-day rule comes in. Anything you're working on today is going to reap a reward in 90 days. So I thought that was kind of cool. And this is also, I don't remember who mentioned it, but the make the challenge, I'm making a change challenge. This is where this came in. She was the one who talked about that, about buying a new product every month for 3 months. And I did this for 4 years. So I have a whole lot of Young Living now. Some of it I still don't know how to use, but anyway. And, she talked about doing the IPAs, work smarter, not harder, educate others, enroll, and empower. And those were her main things under the consistency rule. And then she said, keep it simple. I just love this. I wish I had thought of it. Take a little drop of coconut oil, put a drop of oil on it, and put it somewhere on your body. That's how she taught people to use oils. And how much simpler can you get? The other takeaway I got, and this is kind of weird, this is the first time I ever heard the oils being talked about as plant juice. I mean, really, I had never heard that before. So, yeah, I'm going to probably bring that up in my classes now. Anyway, the fourth thing is to connect with others. You have to speak from your heart, and the only thing you can control is yourself. You can't control what others think or say. And this is where form comes in. FORM, family, occupation, recreation, and message. And she even talked about how the message might be in a couple of days, like just talk to them, make friends with them in the beginning. And she talked about making sure you know your words have meanings. We had two people that talked about how the words mean something, and I thought that was really good. That was a big takeaway for me, was to see that. So I guess those were mine. I probably didn't go 5 minutes.
You did. You did. You did. You went 4. And so we're gonna let
4. Oh, okay.
we'll let Angela. I want to make sure before we get off, we let Angela talk. But Dorothy, you know what else I would love for you to do, because you had several that I thought were so good, and everyone on here, if you have some takeaways that you want to share in written form in Dream Team or in any other business groups, I think that would be so helpful. Like just sharing, not all of your notes, but just like, here's a few things I learned. I think it'd be helpful for people that aren't super auditory, so they can go back and look at it. This has been so much fun, and now we're gonna have.
Where do you want them posted?
In the business group would be good. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Angela, tell us your biggest takeaway. You're muted, hon.
I can't hear you.
You're muted.
Okay, is that better? I really liked Deanna's talk. She was super great, and I ordered her book today that she talked about. I can put it in the group, the name of the book that she talked about, but I really liked it. But Deborah was amazing. Deborah Rayburn, the Real Crown Diamond, and she talked about nutrition, because really what we put in our bodies is super important. I mean, we have supplements, but that truly is to supplement our nutrition. So we need to be putting good things in our body, good water, good food. If you're looking for a thiamine or selenium, what I learned, and I've been with Young Living for 5 years, that you can go in the virtual office and type that in, or you're doing like a product search, and any product that we have that has that ingredient will come up. And I've never known that. So that was a good hack for me. But I really liked how she talked about nutrition, how we really need to eat fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, seeds, seafood. We need essential fatty acids. We need 1 carrot a day to get our vitamin A. Vitamin E is stored in the skin, so you need to get that. That we really need all these great, good things, that we need to get essential fatty acids. You have to eat them. Your body doesn't produce them. You can get them from walnuts. Chia seeds are the #1 thing that had them. A lot of people think it's flax seeds, and it's not. So I definitely wrote that down. But our Mind Wise and our Omega Giants have those. So she was really, really great talking about nutrition. So I really like that. But I mean, everything was so great. It was so many great takeaways. It was hard to pick one, but I knew what everyone else talked about, so I thought I would throw the nutrition in there.
Angela, I would actually also love if you would, maybe in a few minutes, we're going to pop on Facebook Live in Dream Team. Crystal and I are. She just doesn't know that yet. And we actually would love for you to split screen if you want to with us, and I want you to share about your talk.
Okay, just give me 2 seconds to take the dog out, because otherwise he's going to start barking. He's like at my feet, and I'm going like this to the dog. Like he knows what that means.
And Sandra, are you on here? If you'll unmute yourself. And until I did not see you, and I think it's because you didn't have your video up, I would love for you to share before it cuts us off.
I'm not sure if can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to say, because I was with another company many years ago, how much I appreciate the fact that Young Living and all of you are so supportive and not competitive. It's a totally different feel from where I was before, and it's a wonderful feeling. I had a great time. I totally enjoyed everything. I did get a lot of little pieces that I thought were important. The